Today I'm coming to you with a massive book haul courtesy of my mom, who just visited last week with my grandma, or my Nana, as we call her. I hadn't seen my mom in like 4 years, my mom or my grandma in like 4 years since they visited, so it was really fun. But it's also why I didn't put up a video last week. I did film something that I planned to put up ahead of time, but I just wasn't happy with how it turned out. So I'm back on track this week. So we have this massive book haul because she brought me, wait for it, yeah, 2 big boxes of books. Most of these were books that she already owned because she has more books than me somehow, um, that she just has already read and doesn't care to keep, or that she's getting rid of, which I always appreciate any book she's willing to give me. So I'm very happy. I was not expecting her to bring so many. I knew a few that she brought me, but my mom's just the best. So she really spoiled me because she brought me these, and she took me on a little shopping spree at Barnes and Noble, and she got me like 5 books, and my grandma got me one, kind of as a early birthday present because my birthday's in the beginning of November, so it's coming up. And she said she just wanted to spoil me since she hasn't seen me in forever, and I will accept that because who wouldn't accept free books? I did feel bad though. She got me way too much stuff. Mom, chill out. Okay, the first book I do own. It's one of my favorite books, and I knew she was getting me this edition of it. And that's this beautiful edition of Wayward by Amelia Hart. It's the Bookish Box exclusive edition. If you haven't read Wayward, you have to. It's one of my all-time favorite books. I have the old edition down there. I'm gonna keep both because I just love this book so much. But I flipped it to this side. It actually was the book sleeve is two-sided, so I'll show you the other side. But I switched to this side because I like it more. It has a quote on the back. I don't know if you can read that. It says, "Wayward they called us when we would not submit, would not bend to their will, but we learned to wear the name with pride, for it has always been a gift," she said, "until now." And then look, it has this beautiful, oh, it's flipped, built-in ribbon bookmark with a bee. These beautiful sprayed edges. Yes. Let me show you the other side of the book sleeve. So that's the flip side, but they're both beautiful, but I just love this side more, so I did that one. And the actual hardcover is just gorgeous. I love the gold details. I'm a gold girly. I used to be silver girly until I had a whole conniption and realized that I look better in gold. So now I just love gold everything. There's that. The back. This one says, "This wildness inside gives us our name." The inside page. Other one. And wait for it. It's signed. I didn't even remember that it was going to be signed, so I just sold that now, and I'm like, I'm so excited. I'm probably going to reread because I'm just so excited to have this edition. So thank you, Mom. I love you so much. Thank you for spoiling your almost 25-year-old daughter. I don't even remember all the other books she got me, so this will kind of be a surprise for both of us as we go along. But we started out with a banger. Let's get into the rest of these, and then I'll have to count out how many she brought me because she brought me a ton. I'm going to start with the smaller box. First up, we have Tastes Like Candy by Ivy Tholen. It says, "Everyone at Pridget High wants an invitation to the senior scavenge. In 2020, Violet Warren and her friends are lucky ones. 8 girls will break into the Poison Apple Carnival after hours for a scavenger hunt. Then at sunrise, they'll gather for a celebration in honor of the upcoming senior year. Someone else has another game planned, and things go crazy, and she watches Her friends die in a series of increasingly bizarre attacks, and she must fight to survive while trying to answer the question, what could she have done to earn a fast pass for a roller coaster ride straight to hell? That sounds perfect for spooky season, so this will probably go on my TBR for the next month. That sounds really good. I actually like the cover. It's like cotton candy. I'm so excited about these. I didn't even know she had these. She gave me these, I think she said, because she just got new editions of both that she liked more, so she's gonna give me these ones. And I haven't read either of these, which is a crime, I know, because they're classics. We have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and I have to read that. I have to read more classics because duh. But this one I'm excited for because I've heard a lot of controversy about them making a movie with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. That's Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Not familiar with this one, even though I had Book of the Month for like a year. But this is The Keeper of Nights by Kylie Lee Baker. Oh my god, I just realized this is the author of Bat Eater. I don't know if you said that already, Mom. Sorry, I don't listen very well, apparently. I just read it and I'm obsessed with it. Might be a 6-star for me. So I'm so excited to get into this. The back says, I am too dangerous to let live any longer. It is written in the book of so sorry if I butcher this. Enku, decreed by the High Reaper himself. Death will come to find me, but I will no longer be there. I did not realize that was the same author when I first went through these books, so I'm even more excited now because she might become one of my new favorite authors, honestly. Looks like we have another thriller or horror. I'm not exactly sure. It's gonna be Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. It says, when best-selling horror author Sam McGarver is invited to spend Halloween night in one of the world's most infamous haunted houses, he reluctantly agrees. At least he won't be alone. Joining him are 3 other masters of the macabre, writers who have helped shape modern horror. But what begins as a simple publicity stunt will become a fight for survival. The entity they have awakened will follow them, torment them, threatening to make them a part of the bloody legacy of Kill Creek. That sounds really good. That's another one that's going to be perfect for this time of year because it's Halloween time, and so that means it's horror, thriller, novel time, and movie time. My boyfriend and I have been watching a bunch of horror movies, like at least once a week. We keep taking turns picking. We just watched 28 Years Later, the newest one. It was pretty good. It ended on a cliffhanger though. If you have any like super scary horror movie recommendations, I would love those because I've been having trouble finding ones that's scared me as much as like Paranormal Activity did when I was a kid. I might rewatch The Ring because I haven't seen that since I was a kid. If you have any recommendations, drop them in the comments below. Ooh, next up we have The Beauty by Elia Whitley. So somewhere away from the cities and towns, in the Valley of the Rocks, a society of men and boys gather around the fire each night to listen to their history recounted by Nate, the storyteller. Requested most often by the group is the tale of the death of all women. They are the last generation. One evening, Nate brings back new secrets from the woods. Peculiar mushrooms are growing from the ground where the women's bodies lie buried. These are the first signs of a strange and insidious presence unlike anything ever known before. Discover the beauty. I haven't heard of this previously, but that sounds really good. So I just want to read all of these right now. Why can't I like read 7 books a day? I wish I could read that fast, but unfortunately, I can't. I think this is another horror. She knows I love horror, so I think she brought me a lot. This is The Handyman Method by Nick Cutter and Andrew F. Sullivan. which I'm also unfamiliar with. When the Saban family moves into a rural, unfinished development community, cracks begin to emerge in both their new residence and their lives. The trials of home improvement, destructive insecurities, and a horror beyond imagination collide in this terrifying story that will haunt readers long after the final page is turned. There was more, but I just gave you the general description. That sounds good too. I'm excited. I'm glad I have some stuff here that I hadn't heard about, because when she took me to Barnes & Noble, I tried to get mostly books that I hadn't heard about and that were already on my wish list. But I think I ended up getting books that were mostly already on my wish list. So I'm glad I have some stuff I hadn't heard of previously. But this next one I have heard of, I did own, and I do love. But my mom knew how jealous I was that she had the original copy of this, so we switched. That is Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. Hi, Monster. Look at this edition. Focus. I was so jealous she had this. I told her I was gonna rob her, but she brought it to me. She's so sweet, and she was fine with the other edition, I guess. I don't know. She's probably lying. She's probably just being too nice. But it's so beautiful. I love anything vampires. This made my year, honestly. Yeah, no one supports my book addiction like my mom does, because she suffers from the same affliction. We are both heavy readers, and I would love to have the library that she has. She has her office just full of books, like tall bookcases all along the walls. Probably more now that I moved out. It's been like 4 years, but I just want to rob her all the time. But I won't. But yeah, that was the first box. That was the little box. The second box, Monster's just she's on my HP Lovecraft books, the macabre ones. She wants to be in the video, I guess. It's so fitting that her name is Monster and she loves sitting on my HP Lovecraft books. So this is a collection of short stories, I believe, by Eric LaRocca, and it's The Trees. The trees grew because I bled there. Yes, 8 stories of dark fiction from a master storyteller exploring the shadow side of love. These are the tales of grief, obsession, control. I love that. That sounds so good. This is the author of Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. Didn't I say it was? When my mom brought me this, I said, isn't this the same author? And she said, I don't think so. Pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mom, but I guess I was right. It's the same author. Told you. Oh, and I was so excited when I saw she brought me this, because this has been on my wish list forever. I'm gonna butcher the name, but this is the same author of Fight Club. This is Choke by Chuck Palahniuk. I'm not gonna be able to say that. My bad. She always has to be on camera when I film. She just needs the attention. Meanwhile, Icarus is hiding. This next one, I also haven't heard of, or maybe I've heard of it, but I don't remember. But I love the cover. It's Together We Rot by Skyla Arndt. I can't say any names, apparently. Little tiny synopsis on the back is she may have helped him escape his family's cult, but the woods won't let him go so easily. Will Green and Elwood Clark used to be inseparable. That was before she accused his family of killing her mother. I don't want to read the whole synopsis of everything, or else this video is going to be like 2 hours long, but that's that one. Now she's getting into the box. I'll show you. She's so helpful. Monster, I can't. She's so helpful. Oh, this is funny because when my mom gave me these, my grandma's here too, and we call her Nana. I was like, oh, this book's named after you. Because it's Nana, or Nana, by Brandon Massey. Monica Stevens never knew her birth mother. Raised by a strict but loving adoptive parent, she blossomed into a woman with a thriving career as a pediatrician and a family of her own. But sometimes she wondered about her origins, especially her biological mother, until Grace arrives. This book I've been wanting to read for a while. I've read some short stories by this author, but I don't think I've read any of her actual novels. But that's Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. After receiving a frantic letter from her newlywed cousin, Nomi Tabuda heads to High Place, a distant house in the Mexican countryside, unsure what she will find. Nomi's only, I keep saying Naomi because that's my Nana's name, but I think it's Nomi in this. Nomi's only ally in this inhospitable place in the family is the family's youngest son, but he too may be hiding something dark, for there are many secrets behind the walls of High Place, as Nomi discovers when she begins to unearth stories of violence and madness. It sounds really good. I remember I wanted to read this like forever ago, so I'm glad I have it now. Thank you, Mother. Next, we have The Wren in the Holy Library by K.A. Lind. Or Holly? Holly Library, right? I think I said that wrong. Wow, I just sound like I'm never read because I never pronounce anything right, but I read all the time. Ooh, this one has beautiful sprayed edges too. Can you focus, camera? Nowadays we are making too many books with sprayed edges. Not everything needs to have sprayed edges, but I like it when it's done well. Inside of the book, and I didn't realize that the actual hardcover was so cool. It's like a library. 13 years ago, monsters emerged from the shadows and plunged Kiersey's world into a cataclysmic war of near total destruction. The New York City she knew so well collapsed practically overnight. In the wake of the carnage, the Monster Treaty was created, a truce of sorts. But tonight, Kiersey, was a gifted and fearless thief, will break that treaty. She'll enter the Holly Library not knowing it's the home of the monster. Sounds good. Can't remember. I think I've heard of this one. I think I wanted this one. I want so many books. I can't keep track of them all, like off the top of my head. I have a list, but I have to reorganize all my shelves and my book closet, which I haven't shown you guys, but I will in an upcoming video. I'll probably do a reorganizing video when I do reorganize all of these. But yeah, I have to figure out where I'm going to put all of these. The next one we have is The Anti-Virginity Pact by Katie Wismer. It says preachers' daughters aren't supposed to be atheists. They are also not supposed to make pacts to lose their virginity by the end of the year, but high school senior Meredith Beaumont is sick of letting other people tell her who to be. Spending the last 4 years as mute mirror, the girl is so shy just thinking about boys could trigger panic attacks. Meredith knows exactly what it's like to be invisible, but when a vindictive mean girl gets her manicured claws on the anti-virginity pact and spreads it around the school with Mare's signature at the bottom, Mare's not so invisible anymore. She just wishes she was. This, again, just sounds good. Sounds right up my alley. I love books that touch on, like, I don't know, I don't want to offend anybody, but kind of the crazy strictness of religion. Sounds like that's gonna be kind of involved in this, so I'm excited for that. This next one was on my wish list too. That's Disorientation by Elaine Sai Chow, I think. And I love the cover on this one. Just like messy bedroom. The Taiwanese American woman's coming of consciousness ignites eye-opening revelations and chaos on a college campus in this outrageously hilarious and startlingly tender debut novel. So I was really excited when she gave me this because I have the bell jar and I loved it, but this is also the bell jar and the collected poems of Sylvia Plath in this beautiful edition. The poems will be new for me, but I've read the bell jar and really enjoyed it. Did anyone notice I chopped off the bottom of my hair? Like 3 inches? Because it's driving me crazy. I'm just surrounded by books down here. I was so excited when I pulled this out of the box because I have wanted this book for so freaking long. And I don't know why I haven't gotten it yet. But that is Mother Thing by Ainsley Hogarth. And this, it's such a perfect cover. I love this. This says, Abby's mother-in-law is worse than most. She's hypercritical, thinks her son can do no wrong, and her daughter-in-law can do no right. Oh, and she's also the undead, back from the afterlife, and out to destroy everything Abby holds most dear. I have to read this soon. I've been wanting to read this for ages. And thank you, Mom, so much for giving this to me. I don't even think she remembered that I wanted this. I'm not sure. I have bad memory, so we both have bad memory. I'm so excited to get into this, though. I feel like this has to be... There's so many books I have now that I just feel like I need to read during October, but I don't think I'm going to get them all read during October. Okay. Halloween is mindset, and Halloween is all year long for me, so... We have 5 more books in this box, so we're getting there, and then we'll get to the Barnes & Noble book haul. Next, we have The Shuddering by Ania Alborn. Okay, it says a group of close friends gathers at a secluded cabin in the wintry mountains of Colorado for a final holiday hurrah. Instead, it may be their last stand. First, a massive blizzard leaves them maroon, then the more chilling realization. Something is lurking in the woods, watching them, waiting. Sounds like another horror or thriller. This is another one I feel like I need to read in October. I think this is a fantasy, and that is The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. I'm trying to show you, but it's like all holographic. Woo! Alessandra is tired of being overlooked, but she has a plan to gain power. 1, woo the Shadow King. 2, marry him. 3, kill him and take his kingdom for herself. That sounds like a solid plan to me. I don't know about you guys, but what will happen? We don't know. Next, we have All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. That's a super cool cover. I love this cover. Maeve Chambers will do almost anything for attention, so when she finds a dusty pack of tarot cards... Oh, I love tarot cards. My deck's back here. Let me show you. I'm still learning, but I have the Cats Rule the World tarot deck, or Rule the Earth tarot deck. It's beautiful. Anyway, back to the synopsis. I got sidetracked. Maeve finds a dusty pack of tarot cards at school. She soaks up the celebrity that comes with giving eerily accurate readings to her classmates. There's one person whose attention she can't capture, though. Her former best friend, Lily O'Callaghan, whom she betrayed last year in an act that still makes Maeve cringe. When Lily is finally goaded into sitting for a reading, she selects a card that shouldn't be there at all. 2 days later, she disappears. Consumed by guilt, Maeve teams up with a beautiful, sophisticated classmate Fiona and sexy, mysterious Ro, Lily's older sibling, to try to find her lost best friend. But as the 3 combine their unnatural talents to bring Lily back, they must face the dark forces keeping her trapped before she's lost forever. This sounds so good. I love anything that involves tarot, so I'm so down for this. This is another one. I didn't just drop that. It's fine. It's all good. This is another one that I feel like I should read this in October. Second to last in this box is The Merciless by Danielle Vega. I love the cover of this. It's just simple pink with the gold detailing. Mean Girls with an occult twist. Okay, I'm hooked just from that. Brooklyn Stevens sits in a pool of her own blood, tied up and gagged. No one outside of these dank basement walls knows she's here. No one can hear her scream. Sophia Flores knows she shouldn't have gotten involved. When she befriended Riley, Grace, and Alexis on her first day at school, she admired them with their perfect hair and their good girl ways. They said they wanted to save Brooklyn. They wanted to help her. Sophia didn't realize they believed Brooklyn was possessed. Okay, that sounds really good. Is my October TBR just going to be like 50 books long? I think it might be at this point. I have books I already own. That would be perfect to read in October. Anyway, last book in this box is Our Crooked Hearts by Melissa Albert. And I also love, almost slipped out of the this book sleeve. I love this cover. I love like the door knocker. It's giving me very Labyrinth, but with a bunny. It's two different time perspectives, I think. It's the suburbs right now. 17-year-old Ivy's summer break kicks off with an accident, a punishment, and a mystery. A stranger whose appearance in the middle of the road in the middle of the night heralds a string of increasingly unsettling events. And then it says the city back then. Dana has always been perceptive. In the summer she turned 16 with the help of her best friend and an ambitious older girl. Her gifts bloom into a heady fling with the supernatural. Sounds amazing. I have so much reading to do. Okay, now we can get into the Barnes & Noble haul. I mostly got horror books because it's that time of the year and it's what I'm into. So this one was already on my wish list, but I just had to get it when I saw it because I didn't realize it had these bloody edges, which I just loved. I don't know if all editions have that, but I was like, I need that in my possession right now. And that's Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Veen. Just, it's so beautiful. And I think this has some cannibalism in it, which is my thing, you know? It says the Netherlands, 1887, Lucy's twin sister Sarah is unwell. She refuses to eat, mumbles nonsensically, and is increasingly obsessed with a centuries-old corpse recently discovered on her husband's grand estate. Oof. Then the worst happens. Sarah's behavior takes a turn for the strange. She becomes angry and hungry. Lucy soon comes to suspect that something is trying to possess her beloved sister. Or is it madness? As Sarah changes before her very eyes, Lucy must reckon with the dark, monstrous truth or risk losing her forever. So yeah, that's been on my list for a while. And I'm so happy I finally have it. Thank you, Mother. Okay, I had to get this when I saw it because I love Olivia Blake. I've read lots of her books, not all of them, unfortunately, but that is this edition of Gifted and Talented, which is just beautiful. I love it. It says, "This book will make you happy" on the actual cover. And guys, it's signed. So I had to get it. Well, my mom got it, but this is a long synopsis too. This follows like 1, 2, 3, 4 people. It's the story of 3 siblings who, upon the death of their father, are forced to reckon with their long festering rivalries, their dangerous abilities, and the crushing weight of all their unrealized adolescent potential. I feel this as like a gifted kid, so I'm excited to get into that, and I just love Olivia Blake so much. And then another one that was already on my wish list because I failed at getting new ones is Jawbone by Monica Ojeda. I'm so sorry again if I butcher any pronunciation, but this even mentions H.P. Lovecraft. When Fernanda and Elise and their friends from the Delta Bilingual Academy convene after school Annalise leads them in thrilling but increasingly dangerous rituals to a rhinestone Dior-scented drag queen god of her own invention. Even more perilous is the secret Annalise and Fernanda share, rooted in a dare in which violence meets love. Meanwhile, their literature teacher, Miss Clara, who's obsessed with imitating her dead mother, all these people sound crazy, struggles to preserve her deteriorating sanity. Each day she edges nearer to a total break with reality. And then interweaving pop culture references and horror concepts drawn from Herman Melville, H.P. Lovecraft, and anonymous creepypastas, Jawbone is an ominous multivocal novel that explores the terror inherent in the pure potentiality of adolescence and the fine line between desire and fear. I did give you the full synopsis for that one because it just sounds so good. I'm so excited to read this. And then my mom spoils me so much. We are about to check out, and she remembered when we first got into the store that I pointed out this book and said I wanted it, but I was like, I'm gonna see what else there is first, and we'll see if I want this more than those. And then we get to the checkout, and she's like, let's put it in the pile. I'm way too spoiled by her. But that is Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. And I just love this cover. It's so beautiful. Home is where the horror is, yes. And oh my gosh. I love the actual hardcover too. It's just a simple purple, but I love purple. And yeah, I really like Rachel Harrison's. I read So Thirsty, and that was really funny. Ooh, little note from Chuck Tingle, author of Lucky Day. I have Lucky Day back there that I need to read. Cleo Louise Barnes leads a picture-perfect life as a stylist and influencer, but beneath the glossy veneer, she harbors a not-so-glamorous secret. She grew up in a haunted house. Well, not haunted, possessed. After Cleo's parents' messy divorce, her mother Alex moved Cleo and her sisters into a house occupied by a demon, or so Alex claimed. That's not what Cleo's sisters remember, or what the courts determined when they stripped her of custody after she went off the deep end. But Alex was insistent. She even wrote a book about her experience in the house. After Alex's sudden death, the supposedly possessed house passes to Cleo and her sisters, where her sisters see childhood trauma. Cleo sees an opportunity for house flipping content. Only as the home makeover process begins, Cleo discovers there might be some truth to her mother's claims. As memories resurface and Cleo finally reads her mother's book, the presence in the house becomes more real and more sinister, revealing ugly truths that threaten to shake Cleo's beautiful life to its very foundation. I have to read this soon. That just, sounds so good. I can't believe I almost didn't pick this up, but I was like, I don't want you to buy me too many books. But she did. She bought me too many books. Okay, this is my one success of picking a book that I hadn't previously heard of, and that is Sour Cherry by Natalia Theodorou. And I love the cover. Fellow redhead. And there's cherries on the back. Beautiful. This is also a debut novel, so that's exciting. I love reading debut authors. Hopefully I'll be one day. We're manifesting, right, monster? The tale begins with Agnes. After losing her baby, Agnes is called to the great manor house to nurse the local lord's baby boy. But something is wrong with the child. His nails grow too fast, his skin smells of soil, and his eyes remind her of the dark forest. As he grows into a boy, then into a man, a plague seems to follow him everywhere. Trees wither at the roots, fruits rot on their branches, and the town turns against him. The man takes a wife who bears him a son, but tragedy strikes and cycles, and his family is forced to consider their own malignancy until wife becomes a ghost. Until wife after wife, death after death, plague after plague, every woman he touches becomes a ghost. The ghosts become a chorus, and they call urgently to our narrator as she tries to explain in our very real world exactly what has happened to her. The ghosts can all agree on one thing, an inescapable truth about this man, this powerful lord who has loved them and led them each to ruin. If you leave, you die, but if you die, you stay. And this just sounded so good. I had not heard of it previously, but I am excited to dive into this one. Okay, and last but not least, my Nana actually bought this for me, but my mom owns the same copy. Not the same copy, but same edition. And I was so jealous. And she said this was a 6-star read for her, so I have high hopes for this. But that is The House of the Beast by Michelle Wong. And look how beautiful this is. These are perfect sprayed edges. Just wait. Well, yes, it's beautiful. But that's not all, though. This is the other side, which is really freaking cool. That's not all yet, though. This beautiful artwork on the inside. I'm so excited. Okay, I think this is really popular right now, but if you haven't heard of it, step into the House of the Beast in this stunning dark fantasy debut from illustrator Michelle Wong about a young woman who strikes a deal with a mysterious and alluring god to seek revenge on her aristocratic family. My boyfriend just interrupted me, but I was in the middle of talking about the last book, The House of the Beast. But yeah, this says, born out of wedlock and shunned by society, Alma learned to make her peace with solitude so long as she had her mother by her side. When her mother becomes gravely ill, Alma discovers a clue about her estranged father and writes a message begging for help. Little does she know that she is a bastard of House Avira, one of the 4 noble families that serves the gods and are imbued with their powers, and her father is a vessel, the dread beast, the most frightening god of all, a harbinger of death. In a desperate exchange for her mother's medicine, Alma agrees to sacrifice her left arm to the beast in a ceremony that will bind her forever to the house and its deity. Regardless, her mother soon passes, leaving Alma trapped inside the Avira's grand estate, despised by her relatives and nothing but a spawn in her father's schemes. Now vengeance is the only thing that keeps Alma going, that and the strange connection she has with her god, a monster who is constantly by her side, an eldritch being taking the form of a beautiful prince with starlit hair whom only she can see. He tells Alma that she has been chosen to bring change upon the world, and with his help, Alma plots a peerless journey to destroy the house that stole everything from her. Yeah, sounds amazing. I'm so excited. But yeah, that's the last one. I don't even know how many books this is. I'm going to count really quick. Yeah, 29 books. Wasn't spoiled at all. Oh, and then not only did she get me the books, but we went to one of those like blind box stores that is near me because it's my favorite place. And they had these Kuromi ones, which is, I love Kuromi. I have a bunch of Kuromi stuff behind me and in my room. What's this? This is the one I got. She's on a little crystal. But then we got 2. She was supposed to keep one. But she said, no, you have it. I won't even look at it. Yeah, right. This one. She spoiled me and gave me both of those because she's the best. These other ones I got. I have like 2 more in my room. Blind box. This little chess piece one. I love, if you know me, you know I love like playing cards, chess piece, like anything like that vibe. I love. I don't know why. I just love playing cards. Like we played. Oh, and dice. I love dice. We played Rummy and 10,000 when they were here. So I was so happy to get to use my cards and my dice because I don't get to use them that much because it's just me and my boyfriend, and he does video games, not card games as much. But yeah, that's all 29 books she got me. I'm extremely grateful. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, it's just my little book haul. I will be coming out with a lot more videos soon, so please stay tuned if you're interested, and thank you for watching.